Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gordon, Nebraska, as the Gordon Rushville Mustangs are set to take on the Chadron Cardinals in this rivalry game here this afternoon. We should be set for the opening tip sometime right around 4:30 this afternoon. We've got about 18 minutes left on the pregame clock, and glad to have you along with us here on Sheridan County Journal-Star coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015. We'll step aside for a word from our sponsors, be back with lots of other pregame activities, including some starting lineups after a word from our sponsors here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015. Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides & Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides & Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game. And when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville.
New Holland has equipped farmers with the right technology for over a century and continues to provide smart innovations like our exclusive corn rower attachment for our CR Series Combine. We make certain you have all the tools to grow your bottom line while improving efficiency and productivity, allowing you to work smarter in order to spend more time with the ones you love. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications values its Nebraska roots. For 4 generations, family-owned Great Plains Communications has provided local service in Nebraska. For more than 100 years, our technicians have lived and worked in the communities we serve. Local service, Nebraska-owned. Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications. Welcome home.
Just under 16 minutes left in the pregame here between the Chadron Cardinals and the Gordon Rushville Mustangs as we get ready for girls varsity basketball action. Say thanks to today's sponsors. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles for your sweetheart. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so stop in and see the good folks at Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or call them at 282-0050. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon and see Barb in person. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. We got a little warm snap here, but that's not going to last, folks. So Stop in and see the good folks at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles and what they might do for your insurance rates. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. And Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. And, of course, the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And if you're not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. Stay in tune with all the news that is news in Sheridan County, and check out the online edition, available every Tuesday afternoon and available in full and glorious color on your laptop, desktop, mobile device, whatever. Wherever you go, have Sheridan County News with you. And you can get it all by going to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. Just about 12 minutes in the pregame warm-up period left here. We'll step aside, we'll get some starting lineups, and we'll be back to you from Gordon as the Mustangs get ready to take on the Chadron Cardinals. So just under 5.5 minutes left to go in the pregame. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups for today's action. First, for the visiting Chadron Cardinals, starters today, number 23, Chandler Hageman is a 5'9" junior. She averages 9 points and 7 rebounds per game. Number 24 is Murphy Churchill. She is a 5'6" junior. Number 30 is Jaden McCartney. She is a 6-foot sophomore. She averages 14 points and 7 rebounds, and she leads the Cardinals in scoring. Number 33 is Ashley Hills. She is a 5'8" senior, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds per contest. And number 42 is Jaslyn Wright. She is a 5'6" senior, averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds per contest. The Cardinals come into this game with a record of 11 wins and 3 losses. Those 3 losses came to a very, very good Mitchell team, Class B Sydney, and St. Thomas More out of Rapid City, South Dakota. So an 11-3 record for the visiting Chadron Cardinals here this afternoon. For the hometown Lady Mustangs, they come into today's game with a record of 9 wins and 5 losses, and coming off a resounding victory last night over the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls, raising their record to 9-5 on the season. And it'll be the same starting 5 as we're used to seeing for the Lady Mustangs today. It'll be number 11, Haley Saar. She is a 5'7" senior. She averages 10 points and 2 assists per game. Number 12 is Denny Jacobson, a 5'9" senior, averaging 3 points and 8 rebounds per game. She is the leading rebounder on the team. Leading scorer for the Mustangs, number 13, Josie Perez, is a 5'7" sophomore. She averages 17 points, 6 rebounds, and to go along with that, 3 steals per game. Number 21 is Ashton Sassy. She is a 5'8" junior, averaging 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And number 22, Carly Hinn, a 5'11" sophomore, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds per game. And as usually is the case, number 23, Kenna Campbell, is usually the 6th person off the bench. She is a 5'8" sophomore. We call her the Swiss Army knife. She does a little bit of everything for this Mustang squad. She averages 6 points, 4 rebounds, along with steals and assists as well in the game. So let's get ready. We've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the pregame festivities here. We'll step aside one last time and be back with the national anthem and the starting lineups. Thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So we are just about ready to get things underway here. Well,
today's contest between the Chadron Cardinals and your Gordon Rushville Lady Mustangs. You'd all please stand and remove cover as our national anthem is sung by Junior Sage Tinsfold. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so bright
anthem well done by Sage Kinfold here this afternoon. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer for the introductions of the starting lineup.
Number 23, Chandler Hegman, a 5'9" junior. Number 24, Murphy Churchill, a 5'6" junior. Number 30, Jaden McCartney, a 6-foot sophomore. Number 33, Ashley Hills, a 5'8" senior. And number 42, Jasmine Wright, a 5'6" senior. The Cardinals are coached by John McLean, and assistant coach is Linda Richland. Now for your Gordon Rushville Lady Mustang basketball starters. Number 11, Haley Starr, 5'7" senior. Number 12, Denny Jacobson, a 5'9" senior. Number 13, Josie Perez, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 21, Ashley Sassy, a 5'7" junior. And number 22, Carly Hinn, a 5'11" sophomore. The Mustangs are coached by Randy Holt.
So there are the starting lineups. We'll run through those one more time as we get ready for the tip-off here. For the Chadron Cardinals, their starting five: Chandler Hegman, Murphy Churchill, Jaden McCartney, Ashley Hills, and Jaslyn Wright. For the Mustangs, Haley Sarr, Denny Jacobson, Josie Perez, Ashton Sassy, and Carly Hinn. 8 minutes on the clock. We are just about ready to get this thing underway as Carly Hinn gets set to jump it up against Jaden McCartney. And we are underway. McCartney wins the tip. It's controlled by Wright. She brings it up, and away we go. Wright on the wing. That is Churchill. Back across to Wright. Mustangs in a 2-1-2 zone defense here to start the game. As they find Hegman, she can't get the shot to fall. Rebound by Carly Hinn. And up the floor comes Josie Perez. These two teams met early in the season. Chadron handing the Mustangs one of their 3 straight losses to start the season. And you know that the Mustangs would dearly love to avenge that loss here this afternoon on their home floor. Great move by Denny Jacobson. Drove to the basket and lays it in for 2. The Mustangs on top, 2-0. And now the Mustangs going to apply a little bit of full court pressure here. And now they get a tip by Ashton Sassy straight up into the air, out of bounds. It'll be Chadron Cardinal basketball, 7:15 to go. And the Mustangs lead it 2-0. They get it in as McCartney comes out to take the pass, and then she throws it away. Tried to get it over to Churchill and throws it away. So Mustang basketball with 7:11 to go and a 2-point lead. Ashton Sassy brings it up the left side, and they set the offense. Working against Chadron Cardinal man-to-man defense here. Josie Perez has it up at the elbow, drives. Now she'll give it off to Jacobson in the corner for Hinn. Hinn puts it on the floor and dribbles baseline, and she stepped on the end line and turns it over. And back it goes to the Cardinals. 6:50 to go first quarter now, and a 2-0 Mustang lead. Churchill gets it into Wright. Mustangs going to try and cause some grief for the Cardinals here with some full court pressure. They get it ahead quickly, and they break the press easily that time as Hills cashes that one in for 2, and we are tied at 2 apiece. And now the Cardinals trying to turn the tables on the Mustangs, and they'll get the turnover. There's Hageman with the basketball on the turnover. Gets it to McCartney, and she traveled with it. So lots of turnovers here in the early going. Both teams trying to pressure the other into mistakes. And we'll see how that goes as Perez brings it across the timeline. Perez drives to the baseline. Now she'll step back, pull up jumper. That one's off, no good. Rebounded by Hegman. Hegman gets it to Wright, and she brings it quickly up the floor. Tries to get it ahead for McCartney, and that one's thrown away. Another turnover for the Chadron Cardinals. We're still tied at 2 with 6:11 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs the inbound it. Haley Sarr gets it into Carly Hinn. Carly, not the one you want bringing the basketball up the floor. Sarr will dribble Josie Perez. Josie, pull-up jumper, and sticks. That'll be a jump ball, and it'll be Mustang basketball. And we've seen more of that particular thing happen this season than I can ever remember. That is the 4th or 5th time we've seen that happen this season. They finally dislodge it. Unfortunately, that one doesn't count as it rolls out and into the hoop, but it'll be Mustang basketball on the alternating possession. 5:57 to go. We are tied at 2. Saar to inbound it. In the corner for Sassy. Sassy fakes the three-pointer up top for Perez. Perez to Saar, top of the key. Saar looks back across to Perez, now back to Saar. Perez on the left wing. Perez goes down in the corner for Sassy, loses the handle, taken away there by McCartney. McCartney with the steal that time for 5:39 to go, first quarter. They get it ahead, and now inside. Nice look that time for Chandler Hegman, but she can't convert. And we are still tied at 2. Very defensive battle here in the early going. Haley Saar's shot up off the top of the backboard, no good, and that'll go over to the Chadron Cardinals. So here comes the Swiss Army knife into the game for the first time this afternoon as Kenna Campbell replaces Josie Perez. She does a little bit of everything for this Mustang squad and a very valuable part, even though she's not a starter oftentimes. And there she gets a hand on the ball, tips it away, and it's going to be Mustang basketball after the turnover caused by Kenna Campbell. 5:15 to go, tied at 2. Gets it into Ashton Sassy. They'll set the offense. Haley Saar in the corner for Kenna Campbell. Her shot up, misses everything. Rebound finally going to be pulled down. That is Hills with the rebound. She gets it to Churchill, and she brings it across for the Cardinals. Churchill sets it up top. Across to McCartney. Back to Churchill on the right wing now. Down in the corner, that is Wright. Up to Churchill, and they swing it around to McCartney just inside the line, and that shot is good. Jaden McCartney with her first 2 of the afternoon makes it a 4-2 Chadron Cardinal lead as Ashton Sassy dribbles through the pressure. Now they've got Haley Saar under the basket. Easy layup that time. We are tied at 4 as the Mustangs break the full court pressure by the Chadron Cardinals. 4:25 to go. First quarter tied at 4 apiece. Churchill on the left wing. Now she's having a battle against Haley Saar, but she gets it down low. Now they'll kick it back out, and it's taken away by Ashton Sassy. Ashton, and she carried it. She bobbled it just a bit, and as she got it back, she had to carry it to catch up. So back into the game comes Josie Perez, and back in for the first time this afternoon is Keely Campbell. Keely's been out with a knee injury for the last couple of weeks. Finally cleared to play after she tore her PCL ligament, and glad to have her back in the game for the Mustangs. McCartney back up top for Wright. They swing it around, and now inside, tried to get it to Chandler Hegman, and now it's scooped out of there. This is Danielle Johnson, number 20, that's into the game. They go to McCartney. She lays it up, and good. Drove baseline and put it up, and gives the Cardinals the 6-4 lead. They find Perez at midcourt. She goes across to Haley Saar as they get it into the offensive zone. In the corner for Denny Jacobson. Jacobson tried to go inside. That slapped out of bounds by Hegman, and it'll stay with the Mustangs with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. It's a 6-4 Chadron Cardinal lead. Saar gets it in to Kenna Campbell. Kenna up top for Josie Perez. She directs a little bit of traffic. Now she'll back it out, and they'll set the offense. Haley Saar on the wing. And that one's going to be taken away. That's Johnson. Johnson with the steal all the way in. She is fouled. Can't get the shot to go, but she'll head to the free throw line for a pair of free throws as Danielle Johnson, the 5'6" sophomore, draws the foul. They give that foul to Haley Saar, and that is her first. 3:17 to go. They're going to say that was on the floor. So no free throws. They're going to say that was on the floor. Got to adjust the scorebook here. McCartney on the down low on the wing, and now she gets it to Hegman. Skip pass all the way across to Wright. Wright pulls it back out. And there's 2 more for Jaden McCartney as it's an 8-4 ball game. Chandler Hegman gets the steal as Josie Perez stepped on the end line as she was trying to save that ball back in. And so Cardinals with some effective use of the full court pressure. They get another turnover off of it. 2:53 to go first quarter. It's an 8-4 Chadron Cardinal lead. They get it into Wright on the left wing. Down in the corner for Hegman. Three-pointer on the way. Nothing but net for Chandler Hegman. Her first time on the scoreboard this afternoon, and it's now an 11-4 ball game with 2:42 to go. Perez tries to go over the top of Hegman. She tips it out of bounds. and that's not an easy thing to do. Chandler Hagman with those long arms reaches up, slaps that ball out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Mustangs as both the Campbells head to the bench now. Keeley and Kenna both on the bench. And the Mustang starters all back into the game now. Ashton Sassy now pulls that back out. Three-pointer on the way. Haley Saar. Oh, won't quite go. Rebound Hagman. She gets it to Wright, and Wright brings it across the timeline. And there's McCartney for two more, and she is lighting it up already. Jaden McCartney with 8 points in the early going. 2:13 to go in the first quarter, and it is Chadron 13 and Gordon Rushville 4. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or give them a call at 282-0050. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Share of Share Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the opening period here, and Chadron with a 9-point lead. They're out in front, 13-4. Mustangs with the basketball and trying to figure out how to break this full court pressure that's being applied by the Chadron Cardinals. They get it into Josie Perez. She turns and heads up the floor. Now they'll get it ahead. Denny Jacobson all alone behind the defense. Lays it up and in. Denny with 4 points on the afternoon, and it cuts it to a 7-point lead. It's 13-6 with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. They'll swing it around. Johnson back up top for Churchill. Churchill picks up her dribble, finds Johnson on the left wing. In the corner for McCartney. Back up top. And now tipped out of there, but Johnson tracks it back down. Ashton Sassy got a hand on it. Churchill in the corner for McCartney. Puts it on the floor, back up top. That's Churchill. Mustangs with this 2-1-2 defense. They go inside to Hagman. Now kick it back out for McCartney. That one tipped by Saar, but Churchill gathers it back in, and we're going to get Carly Hinn on the reach-in as they tried the entry pass inside. And Carly got just a little too much. That's her first foul, and just the second foul on the Mustangs. Second team foul. So back into the game come Hills and Wright. And this is Wright on the right wing. Skip pass all the way across to Churchill. They've got Hills all alone under the basket. Good look and an easy bucket that time for Ashley Hills as they forgot about her on the backside. With 1:08 to go in the first quarter, it's now a 15-6 game. Mustangs get it across. They go down low. Denny Jacobson can't convert on the layup. Hills with the rebound. And now we're under a minute to go. 15-6 is the Chadron lead. Wright on the left wing. The back up top now to Churchill. Now back to Wright. They find Hagman in the paint. She drives to the basket, lays it up, and in for two more. Chandler Hagman has 5 here this afternoon, and it's now a 17-6 game with 35 seconds left to go in the opening period. Haley Saar drives all the way in, can't find anybody, kicks it out for Ashton Sassy at the top of the key. She'll pull it back with 25 seconds left, and they'll reset. High post for Hinn. She kicks it out to Ashton Sassy. The long jumper is good. Ashton Sassy on the board now. She's got 2 points. 10 seconds left to go. 17-8 is the Chadron lead. Wright brings it across. In the corner for Hagman. Hagman, skip pass across to McCartney. One dribble, puts up the shot, and it's good. Jaden McCartney finishes the first quarter with an even 10 points. Mustangs find themselves down at the end of the first, 19-8. This is my 2012 Ford Focus from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I bought this car for short trips around the area and thought that I was getting an inexpensive disposable car. What I got was a roomy, comfortable, well-built car that gets outstanding fuel economy. It's great for going to Lincoln for a Husker game. I consistently get above 35 miles per gallon, and it comes in a package that is surprisingly comfy and fun to drive. You can test drive a Ford Focus at your Sheridan County Ford dealer. Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. You can stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. So at the start of the second quarter, the Mustangs find themselves in an 11-point hole. They trail this one 19-8. Got some work to do as now they switch it up and they're into that 1-3-1 zone. They've made a lot of hay with that 1-3-1 so far this season. See if they can get it to work here as they get a foul. Actually, it's a foul on the Mustangs. Going to give that, I believe, to Josie Perez. It is, and that's Josie's first third-team foul on the Mustangs. Hagman inbounds it to Wright. Wright, that's up top for Hills. Churchill swings it around. Hagman goes inside for Hills. Somehow Churchill beat her to it, and they get the turnover as that's off of Wright, out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. Now we've got a stoppage in play. They're trying to make sure that that it is indeed Mustang basketball, and it is. So the Mustangs get the turnover to start the second quarter. In the corner now for Perez, back up top for Sassy. She swings it around to Kenna Campbell. Denny Jacobson now back to Campbell. Back around to Sassy. High post for Hinn. Hinn turns, puts it on the floor, and get to Sassy. Back out to Perez in the corner, steps back behind the three-point line and nails it. Josie Perez with the three-pointer, her first of the afternoon. And it's a 19-11 game with 7:10 to go in the second quarter. High post for Hills, throws it away. Tried to get it down low for Chandler Hageman and misfired on that one. And another turnover as Chadron now has given up on the full court pressure to start this second quarter. Back to an 8-point lead as we cross the 7-minute mark. That one nearly stolen away. Kenna Campbell in the corner for Josie Perez. Three-pointer. Good! Josie Perez with 2 in a row. She's got 6. And it's 19-14. That 11-point lead has been cut to 5. And another tip ball. Here's Kenna Campbell with the steal. Josie Perez ahead to Ashton Sassy. Pull-up jumper partially blocked. But there's Carly Hinn with the rebound. And she is fouled. They're going to say it's on the floor. They'll give that foul to Murphy Churchill. That is her first, and it is the first team foul of the afternoon on the Chadron Cardinals. 6:38 to go as Sassy comes out of the game. And I think it must be Haley Sarr that came back in that was on the bench to replace her. They go down low for Carly Hinn. She tracks it down. Back up top for Perez. Three-pointer by Josie Perez. That one's short, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's going to be Chadron coming out of there with it as Tegan Westemeyer into the game now for Chadron. 5-point Mustang lead. They try to go inside for Hills, and another takeaway. Here comes Haley Sarr, 1-on-4. She's all the way in, and she's going to be fouled. Haley Sarr, tough move to the basket, and she draws the foul. They'll give that foul to Westemeyer. That is her first. And Haley Sarr with 2 points on the afternoon will have a chance at 2 free throws here with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. First free throw is in and out, no good. 19-14. It is a 5-point lead for the Cardinals. Hageman and Alex Nobling into the game now for the Cardinals. Haley Sarr's second free throw is good. She's got 3 on the afternoon. And Churchill brings it up the floor. It's a 4-point game, 19-15. As we cross the 6-minute mark here. High post for Hills, kicks it out for Churchill. Churchill going to be trapped, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on the Mustangs. See who they give that to. They give it to Haley Saar. That is her second. Trying to put some pressure on out of that 1-3-1 zone. Hageman, high post for Hills. Down low for Westemeyer. Puts it on the floor. Now it's taken away. Kenna Campbell with another steal. Haley Saar, 2-on-2. Haley Saar finds Josie Perez. Josie pull-up jumper slapped out of bounds by Chandler Hageman. And it'll stay with the Mustangs. Right back in and Hills out now. 5:41 to go, second quarter, 19-15. Carly Hinn takes the inbounds pass, gets it to Perez in the corner for Kenna Campbell. Back to Perez. Perez inside for Hinn. Turnaround jumper, that one's too strong. Hageman with the rebound. Up the floor come the Cardinals. Hageman pulls up, gets it to Churchill. Right inside the three-point line. That one's tipped around, and Westemeyer with the rebound. Johnson puts it up, and that one won't go. Westemeyer gets the rebound, that's Nobling with the rebound and the putback. Josie Perez, three-pointer, nothing but the bottom of the net for Josie Perez. She's got 9 on three-pointers, three three-pointers here. Under 5 minutes to go, and it's a three-point game, 21-18. Hageman, high arcing shot, that won't go. Rebound pulled down by Josie Perez, quickly up the floor. Mustangs with numbers, 3-on-2. Perez into the lane, and they're going to say she traveled with it. So McCartney and Keely Campbell now back into the game for their respective ball clubs as Carly Hinn heads to the bench for the Mustangs. 4:42 to go in the second quarter, 21-18. It's a three-point ball game. Mustangs trailed by 11 at one point, but they've trimmed that lead back to just 3. In the corner for McCartney. Head fake up top for Churchill. Churchill back to McCartney. Now back to Churchill. The two of them just kind of play and catch, trying to figure out this 1-3-1 zone of the Mustangs. They switched to that here in the second quarter, and it's been the difference maker so far, letting the Mustangs find their way back into this game. Churchill again on the left wing. They try to go inside. Instead, it's picked up by McCartney. She misses the shot. It's pulled down by Kenna Campbell, and here come the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell pulls up, gets it out to Haley Saar on the right wing. Saar drives to the baseline. All the way underneath. Now she's hung up, gets it to Jacobson. She'll get it out to Perez on the left wing. Perez wants that three-pointer, but now she'll put it on the floor. In and out, no rebound. There's McCartney. Her shot won't go. And another rebound by Kenna Campbell. Kenna brings it up the floor, crosses the timeline. 3:21 to go now. Josie Perez on the left wing with it. Swings it around to Saar. Now Saar dribbles in, and she'll kick it across to Perez. Working against this man-to-man defense by the Cardinals. Danny Jacobson now on the left wing. Good movement as they find Haley Saar inside for the easy layup. Haley Saar's got 5, and it's a one-point game, 21-20, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Churchill on the wing. They swing it around. Now they try to go down low. And that's going to be wrestled for in a jump ball, and it's Mustang basketball. Carly Hinn and Ashton Sassy come into the game. They'll replace Keely Campbell and Haley Saar. 2:42 left to go in the first half. Mustangs trail by 1, 21-20. They trailed by as many as 11. Now back to the full court pressure, and Ashton Sassy is decked. That was something you'd expect to see on the football field as she was clotheslined by the Chadron Cardinal, and the foul called on Jaslyn Wright. That is her first. Ashton Sassy doesn't seem any worse for wear. She is a competitor, and she's going to stay in the game and gets it across to Kenna Campbell. Carly Hinn now up top, and she finds Josie Perez. Three-pointer, that one's off the mark, no good. And the rebound there by Hageman. She gets it out to McCartney. 2:20 to go. McCartney up the floor. Now she'll pull it back. She finds Hageman trailing the play. That shot won't go. And the rebound pulled out of there. Good wrestling match that time. And here come the Mustangs. That's Ashton Sassy. Her shot in and out. Bounces around, no good. Rebounded by McCartney. 2 minutes left to go in the first half now. They get it to Wright. She brings it up the floor. Mustangs battling hard. Right, down low for Hills. Kicks it out. Churchill. Her shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Hinn. Has it taken away. There's Hills. Her shot up and won't go, but Hills will head to the free throw line. They're going to give that foul to Kenna Campbell. That is her first. 1:48 to go. And Ashley Hills at the line for 2 free throws. She's got 4 points so far here in the first half. First free throw is no good. As now Johnson back into the game and Churchill out for the Cardinals. So Hills with one more. Still 21-20. It's a 1-point Chadron lead. Throw falls in that game. 1:24 left to go in this first half. And we got a timeout on the floor. 1:24 to go in the first half. 22-20. Chadron Cardinals with the lead. Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. And Essence provides beautiful fresh cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. That's Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. So we are ready to finish up this second quarter. 1:24 left in the second quarter. Mustangs trail this one 22-20. They'd like to tie it up here. Haley Saar gets it across to Kenna Campbell. Campbell across to Jacobson. Jacobson works against Hageman. They'll get it to Perez on the wing, guarded by Johnson. Perez into the lane, and she is fouled. Johnson going to be called for the reach-in. I believe that's Johnson, and it is. And that is her first foul. And that is just the 4th team foul of the afternoon for the Chadron Cardinals. Hinn has it taken away by Johnson, but it's slapped out of bounds off of Josie Perez. And with 1:02 left to go in the second quarter, Chadron will get the ball back. Still a 22-20 game. Wright brings it across the timeline. And the Cardinals go to work on offense. Back to Wright, top of the key. Wright now dribbles to her right. Picks it up and goes high post for Hills. Hills for Johnson just inside the three-point line. That shot won't go. And the rebound comes out to Josie Perez. There's Haley Saar back behind the defense. Haley Saar, layup. Good, and count the basket, and one. Haley Saar's got 7. She'll have a chance to make it 8. And we, by the Mustangs, down by 11. They come back. We are tied at 12 for the
Gordon, your Sheridan County for they have that works on all makes and models. So why would you to buy a car from someone you will never see again when you locally with a dealer who and has the service up? They're the people.
When it comes to your land, it pays to be smart. At New Holland, smart means giving you wide options to fit your needs, like smooth cutting, flood-free conditioning, and versatility. Smart means putting more hay in the field. It also means providing exceptional after-sale support and growing a legacy that goes far beyond equipment. That New Holland.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Injuries, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't live with pain and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-02 or in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
CCTV is Weather View. It is now your time for current local national weather. You need weather now. You need TV on.
From Gordon Mustangs in the card at 22, 7.5 minutes in the halftime break at some unofficial. First for the Cardinals. Jaden McCartney leads the way with 10 points, but all 10 of those came in the Chairman, each with 5, and Alex Noble 2. Outscored the Queen in that second quarter. So it was all they switched, got some takeaway, and some big baskets on the board. Does not get easier. Head down the home stretch of this basketball season. Haley Saar has it on the wing. Now she'll dribble, drives into the lane, and gonna get right for the hand check, as that is Jaslyn Wright's second. Ashton Sassy in, Kenna Campbell out for the Mustangs. 6:10 to go, third quarter. 3-point Cardinal lead. Over the top to Josie Perez. That's taken away by Chandler Hageman. Hageman 2-on-1. Gets it to McCartney, lays it up with the left hand, and good. Jaden McCartney with 13. And it's a 5-point game under 6 minutes to go, third quarter, 27-22. A good man-to-man defense here in the third quarter so far by the Chadron Cardinals. Haley Saar drives into the lane, pull-up jumper. That one won't go, but there's Carly Hinn for the rebound. Kicks it out to Perez. Perez hits the deck, but no foul called, and the rebound pulled out of there by Churchill. Churchill gets it ahead to McCartney. McCartney back up top for Wright, and they'll reset. Right to Churchill. Hills in the corner. Churchill up top. She'll drive to the top of the key. Right side for Wright on the wing. Now she'll pull it back. They try to go inside for Hageman. That's tipped around. That's off Hageman, and it'll be Mustang basketball. Disrupted there. One of the Mustangs got a hand on it as Wright heads to the bench and Johnson back in. Keely Campbell comes in to replace Carly Hinn for the Mustangs. 5:12 to go in the third quarter, 27-22. It's a 5-0 run to start this third quarter for the Chadron Cardinals. Saar gets it over to Jacobson. Jacobson works against Churchill. Now up top for Josie Perez, and she'll reset the offense. Perez dribbles to the right side, leaves it for Keely Campbell. Back to Perez in the corner for Sassy. Fakes, gets it out to Saar. She'll swing it around to Perez. Perez back to Sassy on the right side in the corner for Haley Saar. They'll go high post for Jacobson. She kicks it back out to Haley Saar. Puts it on the floor, drives baseline, shot up, and good! Haley Saar with the shot, gets it to fall, and one. Free throw coming for Haley Saar. Cuts the lead to 27-24 with 4:31 to go, third quarter. Haley Saar with a chance at the three-point play here. Free throw is up and good. So 27-25, back to a two-point ball game with 4:28 to go, third quarter. Mustangs back into that 1-3-1. Hills on the wing. Up top for Churchill. Swing it around, Johnson, baseline, Hageman, skip pass across to Churchill. McCartney with the baseline jumper is good. She's got 5 here in the second half, 15 on the game, 29-25. Saar drives in, kicks it out for Keely Campbell. One dribble, Keely puts that one up, that one won't go. Rebound pulled down by McCartney. Quickly ahead to Hageman. 1-on-2 as Hageman lays that one up too hard, There's Hills with the rebound. That won't go. Jenny Jacobson with the rebound. Quickly out to Haley Saar. 1-on-4. Haley Saar going to take it in. Now she kicks it out for Perez. And Perez will pull it back out. Now she'll drive into the lane. Puts up the off-balance jumper and gets it to go. Josie Perez with 11. 3:35 to go. 2-point game. 29-27. Chadron Cardinals in the lead. As now the Mustang fans start the defense chant here, trying to get something going. Mustangs back in that 1-3-1. Hills in the corner. They go inside for McCartney. Now back up to Churchill. Churchill to Johnson. Down low for Hageman. Turns around and shoots that one in. Chandler Hageman now with 9. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 31-27 is the score. Josie Perez on the wing, directs a little bit of traffic and gets it to Haley Saar. Ashton Sassy, three-pointer, quick release. That's off the back iron, and the rebound pulled down by Churchill. Churchill across the timeline to Hills on the left wing. High post for Hageman, and she knocks another one down. Chandler Hageman with 11, and a timeout on the floor. As it's now 33-27, Chadron with a 6-point lead. 2:33 to go here in the third quarter, and a fast-paced third quarter it is. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. Stop in and see them at Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon. Back to third quarter basketball action. Mustangs with the basketball. They trail this one 33-27. Kenna Campbell gets it over to Haley Saar. That one's slapped away, but Saar gets it back. Saar drives in. Now she'll pull it back out. Gets to Kenna Campbell. Give and go with Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell lays it up and in. Good play out of the timeout that time. And it's back to a 4-point game, 33-29 as we approach the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Churchill top of the key. Nearly taken away. Now we've got some substitutes into the game for the Cardinals, trying to get an eye on who those are. Somebody that's not on my sheet, unfortunately. 35 is Dana Dunbar. And there is Nobling. She's trapped. She gets it inside, but it's taken away. Now the Mustangs, 2-on-1. They get it ahead to Haley Saar. Haley Saar up, can't get it to go. She found herself a little bit too far underneath the basket that time and not able to convert on the takeaway. Now the Mustangs trying to provide a little bit of pressure. 1:22 to go, 33-29. It's a 4-point Chadron lead. McCartney in the corner, skips it across. Now down low for Nobling. Nobling dribbles back out of the pressure. Now back up to Dunbar. Now they swing it all the way around to McCartney. Churchill. Churchill up top. Now to Dunbar. Now they go inside for Hageman. That shot up, and it won't go, and it's going to be off of Carly Hinn out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cardinals. So Hills and Wright come back in as Nobling and Dunbar head back to the bench. And now Keely Campbell back in. She'll replace Carly Hinn for the Mustangs. 47 seconds left to go, third quarter, 33-29. Chadron with the lead. And Josie Perez just picked up her foul on a hand check call with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. They'll get the ball into Wright. Into the corner, that is Hageman. Shot is short, pulled down by Perez. Quickly out ahead to Haley Saar behind the defense. Saar races down. She is fouled by McCartney, and she'll have two free throws coming. Or that's Hageman, excuse me. Hageman with the foul, and that is her first. So Haley has made a living the later part of this season getting behind the defense on that fast break and laying it in. That one is a little bit short. And now McCartney comes out, and Nobling comes in to replace her. 34 seconds left to go, third quarter. Second free throw by Haley Saar is good. Haley has 11. 30 seconds left to go, third quarter. It's a three-point Chadron lead at 33-30. Mustangs hanging in with that 1-3-1 defense. Wright on the right wing. Pressured by Sassy. She'll kick it over to Churchill. Churchill back to Wright. Mustangs going to pack that zone in and make them shoot it from the outside if they can. Here's Hill's outside shot. That won't go. And Nobling there in the battle with Keely Campbell. And the Mustangs get the ball on the alternating possession after the tie-up with 1 second left in the third quarter. So they'll roll it in. Ashton Sassy will scoop it up and give it a fling, but not going to get there. And the third quarter ends. The Mustangs trail this one by 3, 33-30.
It's here. The new 2015 F-150 is now available at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. The aluminum frame makes this truck 700 pounds lighter. It has the V6 EcoBoost engine and a 6-speed automatic transmission, along with satellite radio, sync, a rear view camera, and remote start. It even has LED cargo box lighting. Stop in and see the new F-150 at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
So we are ready to head to the fourth quarter. The Mustangs trail by 3, 33-30. They trailed by 11 in the first quarter. They owned the second as they came all the way back to tie it at 22 as we went to the half. And as we head to the fourth quarter, they trail by 3 again, 33-30. 3 fouls for Josie Perez, 2 for Haley Saar, 1 each for Carly Hinn and Kenna Campbell. And for the Chadron Cardinals, Jaslyn Wright with 2 fouls, Murphy Churchill with 1, Chandler Hageman with 1, Danielle Johnson with 1, and Tegan Westemeyer each with 1. So foul trouble really not an issue except for the Mustangs' Josie Perez. Mustangs trying to get the steal here and scramble for it, tie up, and it'll be Mustang basketball on the alternating possession. Mustangs with the basketball, 4:54 to go. In the fourth quarter, they trail by 7. Now Keely Campbell going to come into the game and replace Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell will trigger it for the Mustangs. Man-to-man defense for the Cardinals. They go top of the key for Perez. Perez drives to the wing. Her shot partially blocked. There's Denny Jacobson. Good move inside by Jacobson to get herself free. She puts it in, and that's 6 on the evening for Jacobson. Back to a 5-point lead. It's 37-32 with 4:30 to go, fourth quarter. Wright gets it to McCartney at the top of the key. Tries to go over the top for Churchill. Tracked down. There's Josie Perez to pick it up. 2-on-2. Josie Perez drives in, pulls it back out, and the Mustangs will set it up. In the corner for Haley Saar. Finds Kenna Campbell up top, and they'll reset. Kenna Campbell gets it inside for Keely Campbell. Her shot up, and that won't go, but there's Denny Jacobson again. Tough shot, partially blocked, can't get it to fall. And another tie-up, and this one will be to the Chadron Cardinals on the alternating possession. Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 3:58 left in this one, 37-32. It's a 5-point Chadron Cardinal lead. And we got a timeout on the floor called by the Chadron Cardinals. Will take it with them. 3:57 left to go, fourth quarter. It's Chadron 37 and Gordon Rushville 32.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call options at 100 South Main in Gordon.
3:57 left to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs down 37-32. 4 team fouls for Chadron, 3 team fouls for Gordon Rushville. As the Mustangs try and close this 5-point gap as we head down the stretch in this one. Mustangs, when they played in Chadron earlier in the season to start the season off, they were in the game for the first 3 quarters and just couldn't quite hang with the Cardinals through the fourth quarter. They're trying to remedy that here today. And now they're going to come out with some more full court pressure. They started this way to start the game. Now they're going to go back to it. McCartney, one dribble, picks it up. Now she's hung up. McCartney finds Churchill. She'll get it across to Hageman. And with 3:45 to go, the Cardinals will set it up. Hageman to McCartney on the wing. Now McCartney back to Hageman at the top of the key and over to right. To Haley Saar. They go high for Hageman. Tied up. No, they're going to call the foul on Josie Perez, and that will be her 4th. Josie Perez thought she had the tie-up. Instead, she's called for the reach-in foul and picks up her 4th foul. And Ashton Sassy quickly to the scorer's table. She'll come in, but she comes in to replace Haley Saar. Oh, excuse me, they gave that one to Haley Saar, not Josie Perez. That's Haley with her 4th. So Haley Saar to the bench. Now McCartney gets it over to right. And the Cardinals forcing the Mustangs to extend that zone defense, come out and guard them, and that opens things up in the paint as they do that. There's a high post for Chandler Hageman, and she knocks that one down with ease. She's got 8 second-half points, 13 on the game. 3 minutes left to go in this one. Back to a 7-point lead, 39-32. They go over the top to Jenny Jacobson. Kicks it outside for Perez. Perez drives baseline, and she's going to draw the foul. And it'll be Mustang basketball out of bounds. They'll get that foul on Chandler Hageman. That is her 2nd. Carly Hinn back into the game to replace Keely Campbell. 2:52 to go. 39-32 Chadron lead. Denny Jacobson up top for Ashton Sassy. Mustangs need to make something happen here with 2:45 left to go. Kenna Campbell dribbles to the top and finds Josie Perez. Perez tries to go down low for Carly Hinn. Good strong move, but can't get the shot to fall. Rebounded by Hills. And here come the Cardinals. Wright brings it up. Ashton Sassy going to give her a hard time. Gets the pick from Hills. And here is McCartney up top for Wright. Wright being closely guarded by Ashton Sassy. She is a tenacious defender. Tries to get the steal from McCartney, and instead McCartney throws it away. Amazing what a little bit of pressure will do, and they get the turnover. So good defensive work that time by Ashton Sassy. She causes the turnover, and with 2:10 to go, it's a 7-point ball game, 39-32. Kenna Campbell on the wing. Kenna works against McCartney. Drives down into the corner, looks inside. And we're going to have a timeout called by Mustangs head coach Randy Holbert. And it'll be a full 1-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. Here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015.
New Holland has equipped farmers with the right technology for over a century and continues to provide smart innovations like our exclusive corn rower attachment for our CR Series Combine. We make certain you have all the tools to grow your bottom line while improving efficiency and productivity, allowing you to work smarter in order to spend more time with the ones you love. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
2 minutes left to go in this one. Mustangs trail by 7, 39-32. 5 team fouls for the Chadron Cardinals, 4 team fouls for the Mustangs. Mustangs coming out of the timeout. They've got some room to work here. They trail by 7, and they've got the basketball. So the Cardinals going to apply some full court pressure. Kenna Campbell gets it in and tipped out of bounds by McCartney. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell inbounded again, and she gets it into Ashton Sassy. Ashton Sassy goes to work, dribbles left side. Pull-up jumper by Sassy, kind of a little floater, but she knocked it down. She's got 4. Tough shot. Sassy with the steal, but it comes back down to Churchill. Mustangs applying the pressure now. They get it ahead to Hills. She finds Hageman underneath the basket for the easy 2. And it's back to a 7-point lead, 41-34, 1:30 to go in this one. Kenna Campbell across to Perez. Perez drives baseline, and that's taken away by McCartney. McCartney with the steal that time, and she brings it up the floor, crosses the timeline, pulls it back. And with 1:18 to go, the Mustangs are going to have to think about fouling here pretty quick. There's Wright back up top for Churchill. Hageman in the corner for McCartney. Up top for Hageman. Mustangs running out of time here. Wright across for Hageman. Hageman up to Churchill and back out to Wright. We're under a minute to go now. Mustangs trail by 7. There they get the takeaway. There's Kenna Campbell. She gets it ahead to Ashton Sassy. Ashton Sassy works against Churchill. Throws it up and good. Ashton Sassy. She's got 4 second half points. The lead is cut back to 5. It's 41-36. 46 seconds left to go. And a 5-point Chadron Cardinal lead. Say thanks to today's sponsors. It means a lot to these folks when you walk in and tell them that you saw their ad or heard their ad on the webcast, and lets them know that you appreciate what they're doing. Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, Modern Farm Equipment, Great Plains Communications, and of course the Sheridan County Journal-Star. 46 seconds left to go in this one. The Mustangs trail by 5. After the steal and the conversion on the fast break by Ashton Sassy, Mustangs now going to try to apply some pressure here and see if they can't get the steal. They get it into McCartney. McCartney turns and dribbles, finds Churchill. She crosses the timeline, and they got another steal as Haley Saar comes away with it. Gets it ahead to Kenna Campbell. 3-on-2. Kenna drives baseline, guarded by McCartney. She finds Denny Jacobson. Ball loose on the floor, scooped up by Hageman. And the Mustangs squandered a golden opportunity, and now we've got a reach-in foul called on the Mustangs. That won't result in free throws, however, as the team foul of the second half. That is, however, the fourth team foul on Josie Perez. So Perez and Saar both playing with 4 fouls as now they go behind the defense to Hills. She's guarded by Hinn. Hinn is going to foul her, and that'll put Hills at the line. So a good job by Carly Hinn to get down in there and get position and prevent the easy layup that time, as Hills had got behind everybody, but good quick work by Carly Hinn. So Hills at the line, she'll have 2 free throws. She's got 7 points in the game. First free throw is no good. 26 seconds is all that's left in this one, and the Mustangs trail by 5. They're going to have to work quickly if they're going to pull this one off. Hills with 1 more free throw. And that one falls in. Makes it a 6-point game, 42-36. Ashton Sassy comes in. Carly Hinn comes out. Mustangs looking for some instant offense. They need some shooters on the floor with 25 seconds left. Quickly up the floor comes Kenna Campbell. Kenna Campbell drives in. Puts the shot up, and that won't go. Tie up on the floor. It'll be Mustang basketball, but we're down to 16 seconds left. It's going to have to happen in a hurry for the Mustangs now. And we've got a timeout called by the Mustangs. They'll talk this one over and draw it up, try and get a quick basket and a quick turnover to try and tie this thing up. They trail by 6, 42-36 with 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Great Plains Communications.
GPC TV is proud to announce our brand new weather feature on Channel 2. It is now your 24/7 location for current, local, and national weather using advanced satellite imaging. From today's temperature to the full 5-day forecast, GPC TV has you covered. We will continue to air local sports in your favorite Husker programs. The other providers simply can't compete. When you need weather now, you need GPC TV on Channel 2.
So 16 seconds is all that's left in this one. And the Chadron Cardinals with the 6-point lead, 42-36. Mustangs will have the basketball. They'll have to get the inbounds and a quick shot, quick three-pointer, and then try to play some good defense and get the turnover. Jacobson inside for Kenna Campbell. They'll take the 2. Oh, she can't get it to fall. Denny Jacobson is there. She has it taken away by Wright. Now they've got Wright trapped. Seconds left in the game. Again, we will be following the Mustangs as they head to Mitchell on January 30th. And that would be next Friday night, I believe, as we travel to Mitchell to take on the Mitchell Tigers. And then the following week, it's the Western Trails Conference. That's February 5th through the 7th. We'll be there to bring you all of that action that we can. And then the Mustangs travel to Bridgeport on February 13th before returning home on February 14th to finish their season here at home against the Morrill Lions. So now they'll send Ashton Sassy back deep. They won't guard the inbound pass. McCartney gets it into, or excuse me, that goes into McCartney. She'll have it, and that'll be the end as she dribbles it out. And the Mustangs fall by 6, 42-36. It was a valiant effort by the Mustangs. They gave it all they had, then gave the Cardinals all they could handle, but they fall by 6 by a final score of 42-36. Stay tuned. We'll have boys varsity action coming up in about 20 minutes, so stay tuned. Run to the refrigerator, restock your favorite beverage, grab yourself a snack, and be back for the start of boys varsity action in just about 20 minutes. Thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015. So the Chadron Cardinals prevail here this afternoon as they knock off the Gordon Rushville Mustangs 42-36. Let's take a look at some final scoring totals for the Mustangs. 2 players with 11 points, Haley Saar and Josie Perez. A significant number there. Josie Perez with 9 first half points, but only 2 in the second half, as Chadron did a tremendous job of shutting her down offensively in the second half. So 11 for Haley Saar, 11 for Josie Perez, 6 for Denny Jacobson, 6 for Ashton Sassy, and 2 for Kenna Campbell. From the line on the game, Mustangs just 3 for 8 from the free throw line. For the Chadron Cardinals, on the winning end this evening, 2 scorers with 15 points apiece, Chandler Hageman and Jaden McCartney, each with 15. Ashley Hills added 8. Jaslyn Wright with 2, and Alex Nobling also with 2. And free throws on the evening, just 3 for 6 for the Chadron Cardinals. So only 14 free throws shot in the entire game between the 2 squads, as it was a very well-played and fast-paced game. But the Mustangs fall by 6, 42-36. 19 minutes in the pregame, on the pregame clock, as we get ready for boys varsity basketball action between Chadron and Gordon Rushville. Stick with us. We'll be back with some pregame starting lineups and such in just a little bit here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015.
Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville is your Sheridan County Ford dealer. They have an excellent service department that works on all makes and models. So why would you drive hours to buy a car from someone you will never see again when you can do business locally with a dealer who will stand behind their product and has the service department to back it up? Sides and Milburn Ford will help you find the right vehicle, and they will do it with a personal touch that only your hometown dealer can provide. Stop in at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. They're the people you can trust.
When it comes to your land, it pays to be smart. At New Holland, smart means giving you a wide range of options to fit your needs, like smooth cutting, plug-free conditioning, and versatility. Smart means putting more hay in the bale and leaving less in the field. It also means providing exceptional after-sales support and growing a legacy that goes far beyond equipment. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications values its Nebraska roots. For 4 generations, family-owned Great Plains Communications has provided local service in Nebraska. For more than 100 years, our technicians have lived and worked in the communities we serve. Local service, Nebraska-owned. Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications. Welcome home.
Well, if you are not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. Go to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions and check it all out. And while you're there, take a look at the online edition, which is available every Tuesday afternoon. Available on your laptop, your desktop, your mobile device, wherever you want to get that at. And the online edition available in full color. Check it out at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. So let's take a look at some starting lineups for today's game, and bear with us as we do battle with the warm-up music, which is particularly loud here this afternoon. Usually we've got the Gordon Rushville Band, but that's not available to us today, and usually they do a tremendous job, and so having to rely on some other music of questionable character, we might say. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. First, for the visiting Chadron Cardinals, they come in with a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. Those 3 losses all came to Class B basketball teams, Sidney, Gearing, and Alliance. So 10-3 are the Chadron Cardinals. They're starting 5 this afternoon. Number 2, Jackson Dickerson. He is a 5'9" senior. He averages 6 points per game. Number 3 is Vonson Saloon, a 5'8" senior. He averages 17 points and leads the team in scoring. Number 5 is Taylor Wild. He is a 6'1" senior, averages 6 points and 5 rebounds. Number 10 is Keenan Johnson, a 6'1" senior, averages 5 points and 5 rebounds per game. And number 12 is Jaden Stack. He is a 5'7" junior, averaging 11 points per game. For the Mustangs, they come in to this game with a record of 3-10 after being ambushed last night by the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. They trailed by as many as 18 in that game, came back at a couple of points to trim that lead to 8, but couldn't quite close the final gap, and they ended up falling last night to Cody Kilgore. So they come in with a record of 3 wins and 10 losses. They're starting 5 this afternoon. Number 3, Ryan Schwarting, is a 5'8" junior, leads the team in scoring with 17 points per game. Number 15, Morgan Holbert, a 5'8" freshman, cracks the starting lineup for the first time here today. He is a 5'8" freshman. Number 24, Jared Nelson, a 6-foot freshman, averages 12 points and 3 rebounds per game. Number 30, Brad Franzen, a 6-foot senior, averages 1 point and 2 rebounds. And number 45, Ben Wagner, a 6'3" senior, averaging 2 points and 3 rebounds per game. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to the opening tip of today's action between the Gordon Rushville Mustangs and the Chadron Cardinals. We'll step aside one last time and be back ready to bring you the opening tip of today's game here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2015. lineups. Let's run through them one more time for you. First, for the Chadron Cardinals, Jackson Dickerson, Vonson Saloon, Taylor Wild, Keenan Johnson, and Jaden Stack. For the Mustangs, Ryan Schwarting, Morgan Holbert, Jared Nelson, Brad Franzen, and Ben Wagner. So 2 seniors, a junior, and 2 freshmen for the Mustangs to start this one out here this afternoon. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. We are ready for the opening tip. Looks like it'll be Ben Wagner and Taylor Wild jumping it up to get things underway here this afternoon. And the tip is controlled by the Cardinals. Jackson Dickerson has it. He hands it off. And we are underway. Dickerson dribbles to his left, gets it to Saloon on the wing. Pull-up jumper for Vonson Saloon. In and out, no good. But there's Keenan Johnson with the rebound. Finds Saloon cutting to the basket. Easy play. Good look that time. Vonson Saloon puts the Cardinals up 2-0. 7:35 to go in the first quarter. So on the wing for Nelson, and now they swing it around to Morgan Holbert, getting his first start here this evening. Nelson back up to Schwarting and around to Holbert as they work against this 1-3-1 zone defense by the Chadron Cardinals. There's Brad Franzen with a three-pointer out the front of the rim. That won't go. Tossed back in, controlled by Stack. Ahead to Dickerson. He drives in, accelerates down the lane, lays it up with the left hand. That one won't go. And the rebound pulled out of there by Ryan Schwarting. Gets it ahead to Morgan Holbert. Holbert tries to go inside for Nelson. That's taken away by Saloon. He gets it ahead to Jackson Dickerson. He'll pull it back out, and he'll leave it for Stack. Stack goes inside. That is Wild. Kicks it out for Johnson, and Johnson knocks that one down for 2 points. It's a 4-point lead for Chadron with 6:40 to go. It's 4-0. Fast-paced first quarter action. Skip it across to Holbert. Wide open for the three-pointer. Passed it up. They'll swing it back around to Nelson. Now down low for Ben Wagner. Lost the handle off his head, and Jackson Dickerson comes up with it for the Cardinals. And they head back to work on offense with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Dickerson to his left. Now he goes across to Johnson. Johnson in the corner for Saloon. Saloon drives in, lays it up, and just off the front of the rim. And down comes Morgan Holbert with the rebound. Brings it across and gets it to Ryan Schwarting. Schwarting had slowed up. The pass went in front of him, and it's taken away. So here comes Dickerson back the other way for the Cardinals. Under 6 to go in the first quarter. Cardinals lead this one 4-0. High post for Johnson. That one's tipped away by Nelson and taken away. And then that one's going to be Jaden Stack getting the foul as that ball was taken away and he reached in to try and get it back. He's called for the reach in, and that is his first and the first team foul on the Cardinals. 5:45 to go. Mustangs trail this one 4-0. Schwarting crosses the timeline with it, and they go to work as now the Cardinals into a man-to-man defense now. In the corner for Holbert. Holbert up top for Franzen. Franzen, top of the key. He'll get it to Schwarting. Schwarting works against Saloon. Drives in, step back jumper, in and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Wild. Quickly ahead. Now they'll skip it across. That's Saloon on the wing. Drives into the paint. Saloon works against Franzen. Good quick step. Finds Keenan Johnson cutting to the basket. And Johnson has 4. And we got a timeout on the floor called by the Mustangs. 5:07 to go first quarter. It's 6-0 in favor of the Chadron Cardinals. Say thanks to today's sponsors. Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon. Share Real Estate. Strong Insurance. Gordon True Value. State Farm Insurance. Grocery Mart. Sides in Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, Modern Farm Equipment, Great Plains Communications, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. So Chadron out to the quick 6-0 lead with 5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs will have the basketball as Franzen has to come the length of the court to inbound it for Gordon Rushville. Full court pressure now going to be applied by the Cardinals. They get it in to Schwarting. He's trapped in the corner, and he gets it ahead to Morgan Holbert. Holbert gets it across to Schwarting. He crosses the timeline, drives in, Shot up, and that one was partially deflected. Here comes Jackson Dickerson. We got a 3-on-3 as Saloon drives baseline, kicks it out. Wild in the corner. That one is good. Or excuse me, that's Jaden Stack. Knocks that one down, and it's now 9-0 after that was a three-pointer by Stack. And now Schwarting hung up out at half court. Trying to keep the scorebook correct here as we go. We've got a technical question we're going to step aside with this timeout. We'll be right back.
This is my 2012 Ford Focus from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I bought this car for short trips around the area and thought that I was getting an inexpensive disposable car. What I got was a roomy, comfortable, well-built car that gets outstanding fuel economy. It's great for going to Lincoln for a Husker game. I consistently get above 35 miles per gallon, and it comes in a package that is surprisingly comfy and fun to drive. You can test drive a Ford Focus at your Sheridan County Ford dealer. Sides and Milburn Ford in.
Back to basketball action. 4:30 to go first quarter, and a 9-0 Chadron lead. Schwarting gets it over to Nelson on the wing. Nelson works against Saloon, kicks it out as Corby Campbell into the game for the first time. Corby Campbell can't get that shot to go, but tracks down his own rebound, and I think he's going to be called for the push. Good aggressive play by Corby Campbell, but he's called for the foul. Corby into the game, he averages 7 points and 5 rebounds per contest off of the bench for the Mustangs. 4:17 to go in the first quarter. 9-0 is the Chadron Cardinal lead. Mustangs yet to get on the board, and we are halfway through this first quarter. Stack back to Dickerson. Mustangs playing that zone defense. Saloon spots up for three and knocks it down. Vonson Saloon has 5. 3:53 to go. It's 12-0. Trace Bagan into the game for the first time for the Mustangs. Brad Franzen's shot comes up short. And here come the Cardinals. That one's tipped out of bounds. So Dickerson up top, sets it up. 2-3 defense by the Mustangs. Keenan Johnson down low, but he traveled with it. That'll negate the shot. As now Morgan Holbert comes in, he'll replace Brad Franzen. And now into the game comes Keegan Shuck now for the Cardinals as Keenan Johnson heads to the bench. So Shuck, number 32, as he'll draw the task of man in the middle of that defense. Schwarting on the right wing, kicks it out to Nelson at the top of the key. Nelson guarded by Shuck. Nelson jump stop, spins high off the glass, won't go, but there's Corby Campbell. Follow-away jumper is good. Corby Campbell puts the Mustangs on the board here. It's 12-2. Good tough play inside by Campbell that time. Got that rebound and then the fall-away jumper. And it's a 10-point game. Saloon on the wing, steps back behind the three-point line. That one's off the mark, no good. And there's Campbell with another rebound. Campbell ahead to Schwarting. He loses the handle, and it's Dickerson back with it. Dickerson in the corner, 3-on-2. That's Stack, and he can't get the shot to go. Out of bounds off the Cardinals, and it'll be Mustang basketball with 2:30 to go. 2:30 to go, first quarter. Fast-paced action. My mouth doesn't keep up with that action very well sometimes. Holbert, pull-up jumper from the block. That one's well short and pulled out of there by Wild. They get it ahead to Saloon. Saloon accelerates, kicks it back out, nobody home. Dickerson tracks it down, and with 2:10 to go in the first quarter, the Cardinals will reset the offense. 2-3 zone defensively for the Mustangs here as the Cardinals get their wits about them and they set the play. High post to Wild. They swing it around. Back into Wild. Goes down low for Shuck, and that's taken away. Holbert comes out of there with it. 1:45 to go. Holbert sets it up between the circles. Holbert dribbles right side, and that's poked out of bounds by Jaden Stack that time, as now Stack is going to be replaced by Michael Giesler. And I apologize, I didn't check the pronunciation on that. We're going to hope it's Giesler. If not, my greatest apologies. We usually try to do our best to get the pronunciations right on everybody's name, and that's certainly my fault. High post now for Nelson. Pivots around, guarded by Saloon. Nelson, spin move in the lane, shot up, and good. Count the basket. Jared Nelson with 2, and a free throw coming. 1:23 to go, and the Mustangs starting to chip away. They trailed at 12-0, and now they've cut that lead back to 8, and a chance to cut it to 7 with the free throw coming here by Nelson. Free throw is good, and it's 12-5 with 1:23 to go. So the Mustangs spotted the Cardinals' lead, and now they're trying to chip away at that and get it back down to a manageable figure here as we approach 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. Dickerson up top for Giesler. To Dickerson on the wing. Dickerson, good nifty move, kicks it outside. Now in the corner for Saloon. Saloon back inside for Dickerson, give and go, and that was miscommunication out of bounds. And it'll be Mustang basketball with 49 seconds left. Keenan Johnson going to come back into the game now as Shuck heads to the bench. 12-5 is the Chadron lead as Ben Wagner comes in and gives Morgan Holbert a break. Schwarting takes the inbounds pass with 45 seconds left to go here. Mustangs trying to trim down this lead just a little bit more. Nelson, top of the key, dribbles to his left. Now he has it taken away by Saloon, and Chadron Cardinals have the basketball with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Saloon pulls it back. They set the offense. Directs traffic. Gets Giesler down there into the high post. Skips it across to Dickerson. Now back to Saloon. Long three-pointer for Vonson Saloon. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Nelson. 12 seconds in the first quarter. 8, 7, 6. And then it's another steal by Saloon with 4 seconds. He looks up at the clock, realizes he has time, lays it all the way in. That won't go, but the follow by Johnson at the buzzer does go. Keenan Johnson in the right place at the right time, trailing that play, and got the putback up into the air before the end of the quarter. The quarter ends. Mustangs on the short end here. They trail this one 14-5.
Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides and Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides and Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game. And when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
So back to basketball action as we get the second quarter underway. Mustangs with the basketball. They trail at 14-5. Up and under by Ryan Schwarting is good. His first points of the afternoon. And it's 14-7. That lead has been cut to just 7. Trailed by as many as 12. Getting it down to a little more manageable figure there. Dickerson. Back to Dickerson. They try to go down low. That's tipped out by Ben Wagner, and it'll stay with the Cardinals with 7:30 to go in the second quarter. They get it in. Dickerson kicks it out. That shot won't go by Stack. Here comes Ryan Schwarting. Now he'll pull it back. 7:15 to go. That one's poked away, and Vonson Saloon has given Jared Nelson all kinds of fits. That's the third time he's taken it away from Jared Nelson in this first half. And Jared having a heck of a time with those quick hands of Vonson Saloon. Now they go high post for Stack. Swinging around, Saloon. That is Wild down on the baseline. That one's tipped away, but Saloon is there to get it back. 6:50 to go. They go high post for Johnson. That's taken away, Ben Wagner. And here's Ryan Schwarting. And the Mustangs will set up in their offense. Man-to-man defense here by the Cardinals. Bagan on the wing. Up top, that's Rhett Conroy into the game now. Quick trigger that time by Ryan Schwarting, shaking his head after the bank was open. Knocks down the three-pointer. He's got 5. He's not sure how he ended up doing that, but it fell, and that's what matters. As Johnson has it taken away, out of bounds. They're going to say Cardinal basketball. No, now they're going to change his mind. He's saying it was off of Chadron, and it'll be Mustang basketball. I thought that was how the call should go. Sometimes it takes a while for everything to process in the mind of the official as they get it into Schwarting. Schwarting across to Conroy. They get it ahead to Nelson. Nelson brings it across. Nelson all the way in. Now he kicks it out. Schwarting spots up for 3. That one won't go. Wagner there with the rebound, tips it in, but it's controlled by Dickerson. Saloon ahead to Johnson. Johnson with the easy layup, and 2 more for Keenan Johnson. He has 8. He only averages 5 points a game. He's got 8 here in the first half. 5:45 to go, 16-10. They find Nelson cutting to the basket. No call. He misses the shot, and here comes Saloon. Saloon switches hands, lays it up. That one won't go. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll be Chadron basketball. Saloon's going to take a break, and Giesler into the game. And now a couple of Mustang subs as Corby Campbell and Brad Franzen come in. They'll replace Trace Bagan and Rhett Conroy into the lineup with 5:30 to go in the first half. It's a 16-10 Chadron Cardinal lead. Mustangs hanging tough here. They get it up top for Wild. Wild finds Dickerson. Dickerson with the dribble pulls it out. Now back to Dickerson between the circles. Dickerson guarded by Nelson. Dickerson runs into Brad Franzen, and Brad Franzen's going to be called for the reach. Now they're going to say it's a blocking foul. No, they're going to give that to Nelson. They give that foul to Jared Nelson, and that is his first. It is just the second team foul of the half on the Mustangs. Fast-paced play here in the first half. Only 4 total fouls so far. Dickerson up top. Johnson on the wing. Goes down low. That's Wild on the baseline. Wild works it inside as Stack tried to spin around and get that one to fall and couldn't get the Jordan-esque shot to go. 4:45 to go. It's a 6-point lead for the Cardinals. Mustangs trying to cut that down. High post for Corby Campbell. Campbell gets it back to, and what did we call there? A jump ball. As Ryan Schwarting drove in, and I'm not sure how they came up with that, as there was contact there, and now we've got a timeout on the floor. Either way, doesn't matter. It's a turnover, and the Chadron Cardinals have the basketball. Timeout on the floor. 4:34 to go, second quarter. 16-10, Chadron Cardinals with the lead. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. 4:34 left to go in the first half. Mustangs hanging around. They trail by 6. It's 16-10. 2 team fouls for each team, so that shouldn't be a factor as we close out this first half. Dickerson brings it up the floor for the Cardinals. Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone. Dickerson works right side, finds Keenan Johnson. Can't get the easy shot to go that time. And here come the Mustangs with 4:15 to go. Ryan Schwarting crosses the timeline, works down the left side. Into the corner, Schwarting being guarded by Dickerson, finds Brad Franzen. Now back to Schwarting on the wing. Quick move, Schwarting lays that one up, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Ryan Schwarting picks up his first. Going to be called for the charge that time. Drove to the basket, and they'll turn it back over with 4:02 to go in the second quarter. Still just a 6-point lead for the Chadron Cardinals. Dickerson trades places with Stack. Dickerson now on the wing. Stack between the circles, swings it around to Giesler. And now we've got Marcus Fernandez into the game. He's in the post there as Giesler. That one's off the back iron, no good. And out of bounds off of the Cardinals. It'll be Mustang basketball. Holbert and Conroy come in as Franzen and Wagner head to the bench. 3:36 to go first half. Still 16-10 Cardinals. Schwarting works down the right side this time. Finds Jared Nelson. Spots up for 3 and drains it. Jared Nelson for 3. He's got 6 on the afternoon, and it cuts that lead down to just 3 points. It's 16-13. Stack in the corner answers right back. Jaden Stack, he's got a pair of 3-pointers on the day and 6 points. Pushes the lead back to 6 with 3:05 to go in the second quarter. They go inside, or they try to, and that's taken away by Dickerson. Not a good pass that time, as here comes Giesler down the left side. Now he kicks it back up top. They swing it around. Stack spots up for 3 from the corner again. This one won't go. Rebound Corby Campbell. Out quickly to Schwarting. Schwarting brings it across the timeline. And here's Schwarting working with the dribble. Now he'll pull it back out, and the Mustangs reset. 2:35 to go in the first half. Nelson out on the left wing, up top for Corby Campbell. Campbell to Schwarting on the left wing. Schwarting on the dribble, drives down to the corner, kicks it back up for Morgan Holbert back into the game. Holbert across to Nelson in the corner for Campbell. Campbell drives baseline, puts that one up, and it won't quite go. And the rebound pulled down by Fernandez. 2:12 to go. Here comes Dickerson. Dickerson splits the defenders down the lane, and he's going to head to the line for a pair of free throws. Good job by Jackson Dickerson that time, as he recognized there was a little wider space there between those top defenders. He split them, drove right down to the lane. He's fouled by Rhett Conroy, and Dickerson heads to the line for a pair of free throws. The first one is good. That's his first point of the afternoon. Trace Bagan comes in. He's going to give Jared Nelson a rest with 2:08 to go. It's now 20-13 Cardinals. Dickerson with one more free throw. And that one's no good, and the rebound tracked down by Corby Campbell. Gets it to Schwarting with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Gets it across to Morgan Holbert. He'll trigger the offense for the Mustangs. 20-13, it's back to a 7-point lead. Mustangs had it down to 3. There's another takeaway, that one by Stack. Dickerson 3-on-2. Saloon steps back, 3-pointer. That's off the mark, rebounded by Corby Campbell, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. 1:44 to go. 20-13, Chadron Cardinals lead this one by 7. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. And just a hint, those Kringle candles make a great Valentine's Day gift. That is going to sneak up on us guys in a heck of a hurry. Stop in and see Amber at Essence at 117 North Main Street in Gordon. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at North Main Street and grow in proud Mustangs. Stop in 28 Main Street for all. One minute and 44 seconds left in the first half. Mustangs trail this one 20-13, but they're hanging around. They've got the basketball, working against this full court pressure by the Cardinals. Mustangs with a nice spin move. The dish inside for Trace Bagan. Can't do anything with it. He'll pull it back out. Wise decision that time by Bagan. And now Schwarting has it up top. He'll dribble between the circles. Guarded by Vonson Saloon. Bagan goes high post for Campbell. Campbell will pull it back out as he's guarded by Keenan Johnson. Ball loose on the floor. And quite the scrum there. Dickerson comes out with it and lays it in for two. And now the Mustangs trail this one by 9. It's 22-13 with a minute left to go in the first half. 2-3 zone now by the Cardinals, and there's a takeaway by Keenan Johnson. Johnson out-muscles Holbert, and Morgan Holbert going to have to foul him. Keenan Johnson will head to the line for a pair of free throws. So they give that foul to Morgan Holbert. That is his first. That is the 5th team foul on the Mustangs. So 2 shots coming for Keenan Johnson, the 6'1" senior. He's got 8 points so far here in the first half. And he gets the friendly roll, and that gives him 9, and it makes it a 10-point game at 23-13. Conroy out, Wagner in for the Mustangs. 53 seconds left to go. And he made them both. So Keenan Johnson with 10 points, and it's an 11-point lead, 24-13. Chadron led by as many as 12. The Mustangs cut that to back within 3 as there's a three-pointer by Schwarting. That one won't go. Saloon quickly ahead to Stack. Reverse layup. Nifty play by Jaden Stack. He lays that one in. He's got 8, and it's 26-13 as a big run here by Chadron to close out this second quarter. Skip it across. Schwarting now back across to Nelson. Corby Campbell on the baseline, puts it on the floor, drives in. Now he's going to kick it back out to Jared Nelson. They'll swing it around. Schwarting on the left wing. 12 seconds left to go. Nelson puts it on the floor, drives in. He'll put that shot up off glass. Count the basket, and one. 7 seconds left to go in the first half. Jared Nelson looks to complete the three-point play here. It's now 26-15. That cuts the lead to 9. Free throw could make that 8. And he does. 7 seconds left. We got a 10-point ball game, 26-16. Dickerson trying to buy as much time as he can. 7-6-5. Dickerson drives in, kicks it out. Saloon three-pointer, in and out. That won't go. Corby Campbell with the shot. Oh, that's about as close as you get from three-quarter court. And at the half, it is the Chadron Cardinals 26 and the Gordon Rushville Mustangs 16. Stay close. We'll be right back with some unofficial first half scoring totals after this.
Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides & Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides & Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game. And when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So the Mustangs hanging in there, but they trail by 10 at the half, 26-16. Let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals here from the first half. First, for the Mustangs, Jared Nelson leads the way. He's got 9 points. Ryan Schwarting has 5, and Corby Campbell has 2 for the Mustangs. For the Chadron Cardinals, Keenan Johnson with 10, Jaden Stack with 8, Vonson Saloon with 5, and Jackson Dickerson with 3. From the free throw line, the Mustangs 2 for 2, and the Cardinals 3 for 4. 8 minutes left to go in the halftime break. Mustangs trail by 10, 26-16. So check out the sports section of the Sheridan County Journal-Star. If you're not a subscriber, certainly should be. And while you're there subscribing, sign up for the online edition. That thing is available in full color and available on Tuesday afternoons. Everybody else gets their paper copy Wednesday at the earliest. And if you have it sent through the mail, who knows when that might get to you. So check out the online edition, SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. And, of course, the bonus to the online edition is that it is available in full and glorious color each and every week. We are at halftime. Mustangs on the short end of this one. They trail 26-16 to the Chadron Cardinals. Just under 5 minutes left to go before the start of the second half. Stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the start of second half basketball action. We are just about ready to get the third quarter underway. Let's take one more quick look at the first half scoring totals for the Mustangs. Jared Nelson with 9, Ryan Schwarting with 5, and Corby Campbell with 2. Johnson with 8, Keenan Johnson. Mustangs hanging in there with this good Chadron squad. Chadron coming in at 10-3. Their only 3 losses all came to Class B schools. Lions. So the Mustangs will try to chip away. They've trailed by as many as 12. They had that lead cut all the way down to 3 points in the second quarter, but it has swelled back to 10 at halftime. As we get ready to start the third quarter, it's Chadron 26 and the Mustangs 16. 8 minutes on the clock and ready to get this third quarter underway. Ryan Schwarting has the basketball, and away we go. They go high post for Franzen. Franzen turns, kicks it out. Schwarting three-pointer. That one's off the mark, no good, but there's Nelson with the rebound. The putback won't go. Rebounded by Wild. Dickerson quickly ahead to Vonson Saloon down the right side. Now back to Dickerson. Dickerson drives in, gets it to Saloon in the corner. All the way across for Stack. Three-pointer is good for Jaden Stack, and he's got 11. Equals his scoring average for the season, 29-16. They go high post for Franzen, and Keenan Johnson going to be called for the push. That is his first. 7:25 as now the Cardinals switch up their defense. They're going to go to a man-to-man defense now. Morgan Holbert drives left side and gets it to Schwarting. Schwarting brings it up between the circles, now works back to his left, works against Dickerson. They get it in to Wagner, has it taken away by Johnson, and here come the Cardinals. 7:05 to go third quarter. They lead it 29-16. Jackson Dickerson works to the right wing. They go inside for Johnson, puts that one off glass. That won't go, and there's Brad Franzen with the rebound. Quickly ahead, Saloon. That was a nifty steal. He flipped it behind his back. Now Saloon gets it back. Keenan Johnson all by himself lays that one up, and good. Johnson has 12. Well over his scoring average of 5 points per game. Brad Franzen drives in. Now he kicks it out for Nelson. That one's short. Rebound, Saloon. Quickly out to Dickerson. 2-on-3 as Dickerson drives all the way to the hoop. He's fouled, and he'll shoot some free throws. They'll give that foul to Morgan Holbert. That is his second. Jackson Dickerson 1 for 2 from the free throw line here this evening. 6:16 to go third quarter. First one is good. Makes it 32-16. That lead now continues to widen for the Mustangs as it's a 6-0 run for the Cardinals to start this third quarter. Now pressure by the Cardinals. Morgan Holbert has it, dribbles up, goes over the top to Schwarting. Schwarting now quickly in, lays it up, and good. Ryan Schwarting with 2 more. He's got 7. Cuts it to 32-18 as we're under 6 to go in the third quarter. Saloon all the way in. Good move around the rim and falls in for Saloon. He's got 7. 34-18 now. Now back to the zone defense for the Cardinals. Nelson up top for Schwarting and around to Holbert on the right wing. Holbert across to Nelson. In the corner for Schwarting. Back to Nelson. Around to Holbert. Just kind of play and catch around the perimeter. Schwarting finally uncorks one, and that one won't go. And there's Holbert with the rebound and the putback, blocked by Wild, and here comes Jackson Dickerson all the way in. That one won't go. Tried to get a little bit too fancy that time on the reverse layup, and now we're going to have a foul called against one of the Chadron Cardinals, and that is going to be Keenan Johnson. He picks up his second foul of the game. Wagner and Franzen head to the bench for a rest as Campbell and Conroy into the game for the Mustangs with 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 34-18, Chadron Cardinals with the lead. And we got a foul called on the Cardinals. They're going to give that one to Keegan Shuck, and that is his first. No, that's his second. Had one earlier I didn't mark down. Morgan Holbert to his right. Schwarting comes around with it. Working against this zone defense. Morgan Holbert drives in, kicks it out. Schwarting thought about the three. Now he kicks it across to Nelson. Now back to Schwarting with 4.5 to go, third quarter. Nelson on the right wing, guarded by Stack, and Nelson going to be called for the offensive foul. That is his second, and it's 34-18. 4:20 now to go in the third quarter. Mustangs back into that 2-3 zone. Stack up top for Dickerson. Dickerson. And they're going to get a hand check called on Morgan Holbert. Morgan Holbert just picked up his third foul. 4:09 to go. And now a sub as Holbert will come out. Trace Bagan into the game, and now we've got a technical foul. Not sure what was said. Trying to see what, they're going to call a technical foul because Trace Bagan came right into the game. I believe that's what they called this for. He didn't wait to be invited into the game by the official as Saloon misses the first. We're going to go with that from what the body I could understand from the official. Saloon makes the second. Must have been what the technical foul was, as Bagan has gone back over and is now waiting politely beside the scorer's table. So the Cardinals will have the basketball, and they now lead it 35-18 with 4:09 left to go. Dickerson now has the basketball, gets it to Stack. Stack back to Dickerson. Dickerson drives in, kicks it out. Stack, three-pointer from the corner. That one's short, and the rebound pulled down by Conroy. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Schwarting brings it across the timeline. Nelson on the wing. Works against Saloon, finds Bagan, top of the key. Now Bagan dribbles to his right, gets it to Schwarting. Schwarting with 3:40 to go now. And gets it to Nelson on the right wing. Nelson, spin move. Kicks it out. Corby Campbell in the game. Up top for Bagan. Schwarting. Little floater. That one won't go. Rebound, Wild. Quickly ahead by Dickerson. Gets it ahead to Saloon. He kicks it out to Stack, trailing the play for 3. Jaden Stack has 14 points. A pair of three-pointers here in the second half. We've got a timeout on the floor. 3:16 to go in the third quarter. And it's Chadron 38, Gordon Rushville 18. Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance, and be sure to ask them about what impact-resistant shingles might be able to do for your insurance rates. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. And family-owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. 3:16 to go, third quarter. Mustangs trail by 20, to 18. Schwarting brings it across, and they'll set it up. Nelson on the wing, working against Saloon. Up top of the key for Corby Campbell. Schwarting back to Nelson. Nelson drives down, kicks it out for Bagan. Across to Schwarting now. Schwarting works against Saloon, drives in, and he's going to be fouled by Jackson Dickerson. And that will be Dickerson's first foul. 4 team fouls apiece now, as we're now under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nelson over the top and gets it into Trace Bagan. And now Ryan Schwarting works against Dickerson, back to the man-to-man defense by the Cardinals. Schwarting on the wing, keeps his dribble, now he picks it up. Asks Bagan to come bail him out, but he gets it across to Nelson. Goes back to Campbell. Campbell drives to the baseline. That shot comes up short, and we're going to get a blocking foul called against, I think, Taylor Wild. It is against Wild, and that is his first. And it puts Corby Campbell at the line for a pair of free throws. Corby with 2 points in the first half. He averages 7 points a game. And a pair of free throws here. The first one is short and no good. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. 38-18 is the score in favor of the Chadron Cardinals. Corby Campbell's second free throw finds the mark that time. He's got 3, and it's now a 19-point lead at 38-19 as we're under 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Dickerson goes left side, sends Saloon to the corner. Now he passes it to Saloon. He works it inside for Shuck. Good quick ball movement. They go high post for Wild, back outside for Giesler. Up top for Dickerson. Dickerson drives into the paint, kicks it out. Saloon head fake. Little floater from the baseline won't go, and rebound pulled out of there by Nelson. Nelson spin move, has it taken away by Vonson Saloon. He was trailing the play. Saloon outnumbered, pulls it back out. Dickerson high post, Wild. Saloon to Dickerson, three-pointer from the wing. That one no good, tipped around. Shuck with the rebound. And we've got a jump ball called, and it'll stay with Chadron. Franzen and Wagner back in, 48-19. 5 the Chadron Cardinals, 4 for the Mustangs. Wild takes the ball, inbounds, hands it off to Dickerson. He goes all the way around, puts up the shot. He's fouled, and Dickerson will head to the line. Give that foul to Brad Franzen. That is his first. And Jackson Dickerson, he's got 4 points on the afternoon. He's 2 for 4 from the line so far tonight. That one's in and out, no good. Now Keenan Johnson checks in, takes the place of Taylor Wild. And Stack ready to come back in. And looks like he's going to wait for Dickerson. Dickerson with one more, and that one is good. So Dickerson out, Stack in. 1:42 to go. The lead is back to 20, 39-19. 5 team fouls apiece now. Schwarting works left side, comes back to Franzen. Franzen leaves it for Nelson. Nelson, spin move to Corby Campbell. Pull-up jumper by Campbell. That one's short. Cleared by Giesler with the rebound. Under 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Saloon on the wing. Drives into the paint. Down low for Shuck. And Shuck is fouled. Shuck's fouled on the shot. And they'll give that one to Ben Wagner. That is his first. 1:10 to go. And Keegan Shuck at the line. He has yet to score this evening. And these will be his first free throws. First one misses the mark, no good, as Morgan Holbert's going to check in and give Ryan Schwarting a bit of a break. And that free throw is good, but we've got a lane violation, so the free throw won't count. Lane violation on the Cardinals. And so Mustangs get the basketball with 1:09 to go. They trail it 39-19. Morgan Holbert to the left wing. Up top for Campbell. Skips it across to Nelson. Nelson has his pocket picked by Saloon. Now it's taken back. Battle for it. Saloon comes out of there with it. 3-on-2. Saloon all the way in. Leaves it for Shuck. Tipped out of there. And they're going to say off of the Cardinals. Mustang basketball with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Holbert works against Saloon. Gets it across. Saloon has incredibly quick hands and a tenacious defender as Nelson switches hands, and he's going to draw the foul. This is going to go against Jaden Stack. That is his second. And now both teams with 6 team fouls, so the next foul by each team puts the other into the 1-on-1 bonus. Saloon comes out, and Brad Cerny now into the game for the Cardinals. They get it into Campbell. Campbell in the corner, guarded by Johnson. Up top, that is Franzen. He'll hand it off to Morgan Holbert. Holbert on the drive, kicks it out for Campbell. Jared Nelson at the top of the key. Holbert now on the left wing. He drives into the paint, goes down low for Nelson, and Nelson's going to be fouled by Stack. That'll be Jaden Stack's third foul of the afternoon, and that'll put the Mustangs at the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. That'll be Jared Nelson shooting the free throws here. Nelson has 9. He's yet to score here in the second half. First free throw is good by Jared Nelson. He's got 10 points on the evening. Makes it 39-20 with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. One more coming for Nelson. And that one's no good. And Giesler up the floor with 5 seconds to go. Corby Campbell knocks it away. Keenan Johnson picks it up, and his shot at the buzzer won't go. After 3, it is Chadron at 39 and the Mustangs 20.
Great Plains Communications.
GPC TV is proud to announce our brand new weather feature on Channel 2. It is now your 24/7 location for current, local, and national weather using advanced satellite imaging. From today's temperature to the full 5-day forecast, GPC TV has you covered. We will continue to air local sports and your favorite Husker programs. The other providers simply can't compete. When you need weather now, you need GPC TV on Channel 2.
Mustang cheerleaders doing a great job of providing some atmosphere here for some good high school basketball. 8 minutes left to go as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The Mustangs trail this one 39-20. Say thanks to the sponsors of today's action. We say it a lot, but it really means a lot to these sponsors when somebody walks in and says, hey, I saw the broadcast and thanks for sponsoring that. It doesn't take much, and it sure means a lot to those sponsors. We're underway here in the fourth quarter. Franzen picks up his dribble out on the wing. Now he'll get it back to Schwarting, and Schwarting will set it up. Bagan on the wing. Now back up to Schwarting, and around to Franzen. Franzen drives in, picks up his dribble, and he finds Conroy in the corner. Now back to Franzen. They'll swing it around to Schwarting up between the circles. Now he works to his left. Bagan back to Schwarting. Now back to Franzen. Mustangs having a hard time as they go high post for Campbell. That one blocked by Vonson Saloon, and here comes Saloon. Finds a trailing Jackson Dickerson who can't convert on the layup. Tried to get too fancy that time. Little reverse layup action and missed it. Coming back the other way is Ryan Schwarting, though, all the way in, and he's got 9 on the evening with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Makes it 39-22. Both teams now in the 1-and-1 bonus. Jackson Dickerson going to pull it out and make the Mustangs extend that 2-3 zone. Cardinals just ready to kill the clock and get out of here with a victory. They go inside for Wild. Wild is tied up and fouled by Brad Franzen that time. Franzen will pick up his second foul. And Taylor Wild heads to the line for his first free throws of the evening. Wild yet to get on the scoreboard. And he banks that one home. Makes it 40-22. So one more free throw on the way by Wild, and that one is good. 41-22 with 6:38 to go. Schwarting brings it across. Gets it to Bagan. Across to Franzen. In the corner for Schwarting. They go down low for Campbell. Turnaround jumper by Corby Campbell is good. He's got 5. Makes it 41-24. 6:15 to go. Three-pointer on the way by Stack. That one's no good. And the rebound by Schwarting. Mustangs made a furious comeback last night over in Cody. Came up just short, though. They'll try and do it again here, see if they can cut into this deficit. 41-24. It's a 17-point advantage for the Cardinals as we're now under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Campbell short stroked that one, and it's out of bounds off of the Cardinals. Holbert, Wagner, and Nelson into the game. Franzen, Bagan, and Campbell head to the bench. Nelson works to the right wing. Up top for Holbert. Holbert drives in, finds Nelson. Nelson drives baseline, kicks it across. Three-pointer by Schwarting. That one's no good. Rebounded by Conroy. And I think we got a foul on one of the Cardinals, and that'll put Rhett Conroy at the line. They're going to give that foul to Taylor Wild. That is his second. Rhett Conroy will head to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Fourth quarter basketball action. Conroy misses the first, rebounded by Wild. 5:30 to go, fourth quarter, 41-24. Chadron with the lead. Dickerson crosses the timeline. Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone. And the Cardinals going to be content to play some catch out here and work some valuable seconds off the clock. There's a three-pointer on the way by Stack. That one won't go, and we're going to get, I think, Jared Nelson with the foul on the rebound attempt. Nope, that's going to go against Ben Wagner, and that is his second. And it'll put Taylor Wild at the line for a 1-and-1. Wild 2 for 2 from the line. Now 3 for 3 as he earns another one. 5:07 to go, 42-24. Second free throw by Wild is up and also good. He's now 4 for 4 from the line. 5:05 to go, 43-24. The lead is back to 19. Holbert to Nelson on the left wing. Now back up top for Holbert. Now they go down low for Conroy. And that shot won't go. And here's Jackson Dickerson. 4:42 to go. Dickerson crosses the timeline. And now gonna force the Mustangs to come out and get him. Bonson Saloon back to Dickerson. Back to Saloon on the wing. Now around to Stack and back to Dickerson. Just playing catch out there as time working its way off of the clock. And the Cardinals content to do that. Now the Mustangs into a man-to-man defense here. They've switched up and trying to force the issue a little bit here. Dickerson now on the wing. Now up to Saloon, guarded by Nelson. Stack on the wing. Back up to Wild, top of the key, and around to Saloon. Down low for Stack. Good ball movement, and the good look and the easy shot and conversion by Jaden Stack. Down low makes it 45-24 with 3:40 to go now in the fourth quarter. That one blocked by Saloon on the shot by Nelson, but Nelson gets it back, and Mustangs maintain possession. Long three-pointer by Schwarting. That one's short, and Keenan Johnson clears the rebound for the Cardinals. 3:25 to go, 45-24 Chadron. They get it ahead to Stack. Stack guarded by Nelson. Now Wild and around to Dickerson. Saloon between the circles. Now Wild on the right wing. Wild, good head fake, drives baseline, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Saloon. That one's no good, but there's Wild for the rebound. And under 3 minutes to go now. Wild, and they swing it around. That's Dickerson out near half court. Dickerson drives, and he's going to be fouled. Could have gone either way there. Could have either been a traveling call, and instead it is a blocking foul called on Ben Wagner. That is his third. And now the Chadron Cardinals going to call the Dogs off as they bring substitutions in here. 2:46 to go, 45-24. Dickerson at the free throw line. That one is in and out, no good. So the Cardinals ready to say that this one is over. Nelson drives in. He finds Ben Wagner under the basket, and Ben Wagner gets his first two of the evening, makes it 45-26. We're under 2:30 to go. Schwarting nearly took it away from Dickerson. Now that's Shuck out there, tried to get or no, that's not Shuck, excuse me. That's Simon Rishling, as now we've got a rebound and a putback, and I didn't see who that was, who put that in for the Cardinals. Holbert drives in. He is fouled, and he'll head to the line. They're going to call that on Cerny. That is his first. And it'll put Morgan Holbert at the line. Holbert's first is short off the front of the rim and no good. Now Campbell comes in. He'll replace Ben Wagner. Now Wild comes out, and into the game, back into the game is Shuck for the Cardinals. 2:01 left to go here. It's 47-26. Holbert's second free throw is good. He's got one on the game, makes it a 20-point lead, 47-27. We're now under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Giesler to Shuck on the left wing. Shuck to Cerny, swing it around. That's Giesler. Up top. Shot, that won't go. That was Rishling with the shot, and here come the Mustangs. Nelson on the wing, drives in, cuts through, can't get the shot to go. Shuck with the rebound, 1:35 to go. Chadron slows it down, they'll walk it across the timeline. Now onto the wing. Now up top for Shuck between the circles. They swing it around to Rishling. Rishling puts it on the floor. Pull-up jumper. That's no good. And Fernandez is there. One ref said jump ball. The other one said a foul. And they're going to give the foul to Ryan Schwarting. That's his second. And it puts Marcus Fernandez at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Fernandez, a 6'4" sophomore. First free throw is good. And now the Mustangs will bring in their reserves as we've got, take a look at who we've got here. Sean Combs comes into the game, Lane Meeks, and Brady Bolander also into the game now for the Mustangs. 1:15 left to go in this one, 48-27. Chadron with the comfortable lead. Second free throw by Fernandez is good. And they're going to get Lane Meeks for being a little overzealous on the box out on the free throw. So that is Lane's first, and it puts Fernandez back at the line and into the double bonus now for the Cardinals. So 2 free throws here makes it 50-27 with 1:15 to go. A reminder, we will be back in action on January 30th as we head to Mitchell, as both these teams will take on the Mitchell Tigers. Check the website for the start time on that game. 1:10 to go. Mustangs trail 51-27. And there's a takeaway by Shuck. Shuck gets it across. That is Brendan Saloon now into the game. And there is, we got to see who that is. That is 23. That's Cody Ray with the three-pointer. Makes it 54-27. So a lot of fresh faces into the game for both teams here as we're under 40 seconds to go in the game. Morgan Holbert guarded by Cerny. Switches hands, drives in, kicks it out for Bolender, drives to the baseline. Now he goes inside for, who is that? That is Sean Combs that draws the foul on the push, and that'll send Combs to the line. And he should be in the double bonus. Yes, we are in the double bonus. So Sean Combs will line up a pair of free throws here. Sean, who grew up in Georgia and a big Georgia Bulldog fan, gets the first one to fall, and he makes them both. 28 seconds left to go, 54-29. As Brendan Saloon brings it across the timeline and sets up the offense for the Cardinals. Fernandez at the top of the key and around to Brendan Saloon in the corner for Cerny. Back up for Fernandez. 10 seconds left to go. Fernandez loses it, and then a pile up and a scrum. Tie up called, and the possession arrow in favor of the Cardinals with 5 seconds to go. 54-29. And so the Cardinals will improve their record to 11-3. Mustangs will fall to 3-11 as time expires. Final score is Chadron 54, Gordon Rushville 29. Stay tuned. We'll check out the some unofficial final scoring totals and be back with those in just a minute. So give us just a minute to do a little bit of mathematical calculation here, and we'll have some final unofficial scoring totals for you in just a couple minutes. So let's take a look at some final and unofficial scoring totals here as the Cardinals take down the Mustangs tonight 54-29. For the Mustangs, leading the way, Jared Nelson with 10 points. Ryan Schwarting added 9. Corby Campbell had 5. Ben Wegner with 2. Sean Combs with 2. And Morgan Holbert with 1. From the line, the Mustangs went 7 out of 11 from the free throw line. For the Chadron Cardinals, It was Keenan Johnson leading the way. No, excuse me, it was Jaden Stack. He ended up with 16 points. Keenan Johnson with 12. Vonson Sayaloon held well under his scoring average of 17. He scored just 8 here this evening. Jackson Dickerson with 5. Marcus Fernandez with 4. Taylor Wild with 4. And Cody Ray with 3. And on the evening, from the free throw line, the Cardinals shot 14 out of 21. Cardinals now 11-3. Mustangs now 3-11 as they get ready to head to Mitchell on the 30th. That is next Friday, when the Mustangs will take on the Mitchell Tigers. Final score again, if you missed it, the early game, the girls varsity action. Mustang girls battled well and fought hard, but they fell by 6. Final score, Chadron 42, Gordon Rushville 36. And in the nightcap, it was Gordon Rushville 54 Chadron 54 and Gordon Rushville 29. Say thanks to our sponsors: Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, Modern Farm Equipment, Great Plains Communications, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Glad to have you along with us this evening. We look forward to seeing you next Friday night as the Mustangs take on the Mitchell Tigers in Mitchell. Until then, this is Clint Anderson. Thank you on Friday.